here. Welcome to Courtney's house.
The location of Quaintrelle Farms, a urban microflower farm on the west side of Santa Cruz.
And she is the Chief Bob, which is
The boss of blooms.
And so today in the Foxhole, we are going to learn from Chief Bob how to make beautiful holiday centerpieces, locally sourced, foraged,
Locally grown right here on the property, foraged within a 5-mile radius of this property as well. Done very sustainably and ethically, making sure that we're never taking more than we need, and certainly not in a manner which would hurt the plant.
I love it. So stay tuned to learn how you too can make beautiful floral arrangements for your centerpiece for this holiday season. So Courtney, what is the first step when we are making locally sourced and foraged holiday centerpieces?
Well, we should go outside and see what we have growing because it's winter time. There's not a ton of stuff growing, but you do have to be a little creative, and if you look hard enough, you'll find some stuff. So come on, let's go.
Let's do it.
So here on the farm, we typically overwinter a lot of our crops, but we do have some things that I know I want to use in these centerpieces, like this lovely sage, which overwinters really well here. And when you're harvesting your sage, you want to make sure that you're getting the longest stems possible for your centerpieces. But of course, Mother Nature, sometimes you don't have the exact thing you need. So you're going to take a bunch of it. Taking from this Dusty Miller plant that's right here.
Oh my gosh, that just looks like the holidays.
Doesn't it? This is one of my favorite plants.
It's so beautiful.
And the cool thing about Dusty Miller, especially for holiday centerpieces, is it branches. So you have a lot of the short branches, which I'll show you kind of florist tricks inside of how to utilize this. So you're taking a long branch, but you're going to use multiple pieces of it.
That is really beautiful. I love that.
Grab some of this eucalyptus.
It's like the tiniest little eucalyptus ever.
Oh yeah, it is, but they take forever to grow from seed.
What is that called?
Celosia.
Beautiful.
So
Look
this
at the
is
color
it.
on that.
This is it in its like vegetative state, because I've already taken the flower from it before. And it's just pushing out. You can see how it just continues to push out new growth all the time. This will actually be culled because there's new stuff to come in this bed. So we're going to take this as an opportunity to start clearing that bed. And we'll take you, and then we'll walk over and do a little more celosia over here. And this is it in its flowered state.
Oh yeah.
It's so interesting and textural. I love
like
it.
Fire.
Yeah. This one's called Sunday Wine. Perfect. I know there's a few wine lovers in the house right now. It is a oak leaf hydrangea.
Oh wow. I've never seen that.
Yeah. Let's play with it. Let's take it. We'll play with it because the leaves are just going to fall off the plant anyway. So
and the color is exquisite.
Yeah.
Very holiday festive.
Very festive. Yeah. Let's do this, and we'll see if we need anything else.
Perfect.
You always, always, always want to make sure that your stems are clean.
What does that mean?
So you're going to strip your stems. You saw me do it when I was harvesting the celosia.
Yep.
But you want to, if you have any remaining bits and pieces on the ends of your stems, like this one here, you want to make sure that you're stripping them.
Why?
Because they will build up bacteria in the water and kill your arrangement a lot faster than it should.
Got it. How long do your arrangements generally last if you've cleaned the stems and changed the water and all that?
Well, it varies based on the flower that you have in there, quite frankly. For the most part, like a standard, like fresh cut, if it's not a dahlia, because dahlias don't last very long, but if it's like a fresh cut flower, you should be able to get about 10 days.
That's a long time.
10 days.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you got your stems all stripped here, we're gonna look at this Dusty Miller here. And remember, I said that we were gonna cut it into smaller pieces, so I'm just gonna cut that off, strip the stem. Strip the stem. I'm gonna go through these, and I make artwork out of my Dusty Miller petals, so I don't ever throw those away.
What kind of artwork do you make?
pressed flower frames.
Very cool. Can I plug your live bulb arrangements that
Yes.
are available for sale for the holidays?
They are
Okay,
available
let's go
for
over
sale.
here.
Yeah.
These are called
Paper whites.
paper whites. They are so cute. They're each in individual bowls or vases,
Containers. We just call it vessels.
Vessels is a good
in
word.
the florist world.
Different sizes, different prices, and beautiful moss. If you want to see what these flowers look like when they bloom, you have to come and buy them from Courtney.
Yes.
From Chief Bob.
So the next part of the process is deciding what vessel you'd like to use. Because it's the holidays, I love this Mercury Glass Gold Compote. Compote is my favorite vessel to design in. And they are tricky to design in, but I'm going to show you a few tricks now. So you're going to need some clear florist tape. You can get this from multiple craft stores, any sort of local mom and pop craft stores that might be in the area. And you're going to create a grid. You take your tape. Once you make your hashtag across the top, you take your tape and you'll go all the way around the outside. This is why you use the clear one. Green is available, but in case there is some gaps in the foliage when you're designing, the translucent one is a lot harder to see. And you're trying to tape down the pieces that came across the lip here. And now we'll fill it up with water. The next part of the process is just deciding what you want to start with. And based on what I have here, I see that these are my largest pieces, so I'm probably just gonna go with these. Now, florist trick. Remember, I was telling you earlier that you'll be able to take multiple sections. So you're going to, because this is a short vessel here, right? Well, it's like a shallow vessel. So you're just going to take the pieces, always cutting on an angle. Any woody product, whether it's hydrangea or if you use like pieces of your Christmas tree, you know, you always have to cut pieces of your Christmas tree off to get in the Christmas tree stand. Always, always, always smash them or cut them, you know, in a couple different places. And that allows the woody stem to actually drink a lot better.
Okay,
so I just split it in half. And it just depends on the stem. If it's a really thick stem, you might have to split it in half a couple times. And again, you're doing this so the plant can drink more water, it can last longer. So you're taking it and you're inserting it into your little grid here, right? Your hashtag. And it's just gonna be supported by that tape. Again, you're just trying to give some sort of cover up of the tape that you just put in. That's the base. And we're gonna add even more foliage. So I'm gonna move into the sage, and then I will probably also move into the dusty miller as well. And it's just a matter of, once you get a hang of like the depth of your container, again, this one's really shallow. It's just a matter of putting it in spots around. If you have a oval or a round dining room table, it's gonna need to have like evenness on all sides. If it's a rectangular or a square table where nobody's sitting on the sides, there's just two sides, you can have a two-sided arrangement. If this is going to be a centerpiece that you're going to have in your entryway, you can do just a one-sided centerpiece, which is like the easiest type to do because you only have to worry about one dimension. We're gonna do full-sided, so it's all three dimensions, and show you the hardest way to do it, and then you can decide what level of complexity you actually want to take on. Okay, we're on to our dusty miller.
I love the reds with the greens with the little bits of yellow that the what are those hydrangeas called again?
Oak leaf hydrangeas.
Oak leaf hydrangeas are picking up.
I only have these huge pieces left now. They're very showy. I'm actually going to take that out. And I am going to take these two big showy pieces and I'm going to put them in right here where I have these two holes right here. Okay? There's no dusty miller here. Once you kind of get it all in there, you'll see me do it in a moment here. But you kind of just give it like a love squeeze and get it all to go back into where it's supposed to go.
Is that a technical term?
No, that's a Courtney made up term. That's a Chief Bob term.
From Chief Bob, how to make floral arrangements. Just make sure you give it a love
Give it a love squeeze. So I was turning this around, and other thing to remember, I'm designing from this top, right? Your guests, if this is a dining room table, they're gonna be down here. So get down on the level. If you do have this type of event, that's where you're designing a centerpiece for. Get down on that level and make sure you don't have any holes, because I see one right here. So now we're foliaged out.
Wow.
And now we're gonna start working with our linear pieces.
It's already so kind.
Thank you. We have this eucalyptus. Now, linear is very hard for three-sided. I recommend if you're going to use linear pieces, you stick to either two-sided or one-sided. My arrangements tend to be very wild and very organic in nature. And I was even told once that I make circus arrangements, which I am very proud of.
I mean, they are the most elegant circus I've ever seen. Maybe like Cirque du Soleil.
I'm going all-sided, right? So you're using your 4 pieces around the edges, and then you'll take your 5th piece. Yep, I'm gonna go get another one. Just doing some love squeezing here. Just making sure if things kind of start popping out, you push them right back in. And then we'll continue moving into more linear pieces. So we'll take this celosia, and again, this is very much my style. It's what I'm kind of known for. Cirque du Soleil. But again, we're just gonna start placing these pieces in here. Giving yourself some visual interest, giving the eye something to follow, which is what you do with these linear pieces.
This must bring you so much joy that you just get to make beautiful things.
This is my absolute favorite thing in life besides my children and husband.
Aww.
For the arrangement classes that I'll be teaching in the spring, they are not scheduled yet because obviously they will be scheduled when we actually have a lot more flowers in bloom, but they are hosted here on the farm. They are 90 minutes of delight with flowers. They are called Joy in a Jar. I have specific girlfriends classes. I have specific mommy and me classes. This year I'm hoping to get a photographer out for the mommy and me classes so that you can take a photo with your child after you've had a chance to play with flowers with them. Okay, so we'll move into our filler pieces here,
Tell me about
this is the...
You did not harvest this on the farm.
I did not. I did forage this, and it comes from the, I believe it's pronounced Chinese pistache tree. And I don't know if they're toxic or not, so please do your research. If you have animals in the house that like to eat these, I have no idea. I just know that they're gorgeous. This is the signature texture wildness that comes with a lot of my arrangements.
I love it.
If my arrangements don't have texture, then there's something wrong. And it's simple. Like, it doesn't have to be hard. And you know, my absolute favorite part about this arrangement, and when I was thinking about what I was going to use today, there's not a single flower in here.
No.
It's all foliage.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have flowers. I mean, flowers are great. Yes, please have flowers in your life. But in the winter, you don't have flowers, really.
I'm madly in love with it. I think because you gave it a love squeeze, maybe that added.
A love squeeze?
Yeah. But like, it is so elegant. And it really captures
the spirit of the holiday
season. Yeah.
You can go out in your own neighborhood. You know, please do buy from your local designers, but if you want to try to do this yourself, please don't go to Trader Joe's or Safeway or Costco and buy flowers there. Try to see what you can find in your own space, whether that's your own yard or if you live in a condo, you know, walk around your complex and see what you might be able to sustainably forage, because it really, there's a lot of beauty in the world, and you just have to find a way to see it with a different eye. This is not all about flowers.
Holy cow. My word.
I love it. I love it's the signature style, which is like very like whimsically and airy, circus bouquet.
Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque
bouquet.
Cirque bouquet.
This is a Cirque bouquet.
This is a Cirque bouquet. I think that this is it. Like that.
It's freaking stunning.
It's gorgeous.
Like I
just love it.
It makes me so happy. Wow.
Love squeeze.
That's
Love squeeze. Yeah.
That is really beautiful, Courtney. Holy cow.
Thank you. Very wild.
Well, as you can see, Courtney is an absolute professional in the flower world. If you want to make your own holiday floral arrangements, we just gave you a beautiful tutorial, or if you want, you can just call Courtney and she'll make one for you.
I'd love to.
Here in the Foxhole, you just learned how to make beautiful holiday floral arrangements with the one and only Chief Bob.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think we nailed it.
I don't know why you're not on the Today Show.